Last week marked the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. The show went on the air September 8th, 1966. Now, some sci-fi fans who love Star Trek also love Star Wars. But some fanatics say no, you have to choose one or the other. One of those fanatics is our associate producer, Jordan 슐랜스키. There he is. Jordan is obsessed with Star Wars. He thinks it's far superior to Star Trek. But here's the thing. Jordan kind of reminds me of Spock. The lack of emotion, the robotic way of speaking, the absence of any behavior that could remotely be considered human. So I thought it would be fun for us to force Jordan to dress up as Spock and make him come out here and pay homage to Star Trek and congratulate all Trekkies on their 50th anniversary. He doesn't want to do it. We're making him do it because it's his fucking job. Please welcome Jordan 슐랜스키. Jordan, thank you very much for being here. Like the Spock costume. Now, first of all, tell us, why do you think Star Wars is superior to Star Trek?
Well, Star Trek is grounded in our own frame of reference, and as such, suffers from the limits of our own trite reality. In fact, Star Wars delves more into the worlds of fantasy and mythology and touches on some universal mythological themes that have been present across humanity since the beginning of time. You'll find that most cultures on Earth share a common mythology. In fact, the Greek Odysseus was known as Ulysses in Rome. The Greek Zeus was known as Jupiter in Rome. The Greek Poseidon was known as Neptune in Rome. And you're talking about a story of a young farm boy from the middle of nowhere that goes up against a great oppressor. And this story is common in a lot of mythologies, such as David and Goliath. And you'll find, again, that this touches a core human emotion that we all need to explore through a fantasy world those concepts which we cannot achieve in our own reality world. Now, on another note, I find that the universal worldwide acceptance of Star Wars is also grounded in this commonality that we all share. Instead of being limited through one frame of reference, through one focal point, we can see things in a cross-cultural manner, if you will. And in fact, to expand on that a little bit, I think that you'll find that the Star Wars universe is relatable for any culture on Earth, any economic standing, any financial standing on Earth. Because again, we're talking about themes that are core to the concept of humanity in general and emotional. Furthermore, I can tell you that the types of themes that you're talking about in Star Trek are limited towards a certain set of circumstances that exist in almost a two-dimensional plane, where in Star Wars you're really exploring different feelings about humanity, happiness, sadness, all the various spectrum of the human existence. And I find that even though you're talking about characters that are often not human, we as human beings can identify through their struggles. And you'll find that most great storytelling has to deal with a protagonist, an ordinary person up against extraordinary odds. And I think that if you look at the literature across the history of recorded time, you'll find that a lot of the greatest stories have followed that same theme. The storyline is almost unimportant because you're talking about grand themes here about human achievement when faced with unlikely odds. And furthermore, I can tell you that beyond that, it's something that we can all agree upon. It is all something that we can all identify with. And relatability, I'm sure you know, as someone that works in the storytelling world, is a concept that